Hey guys, merKado is here and welcome to my weekly tutorial. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at some free VST plugins that I find very useful, at least at my project. So I'm going to walk through each and every one of them, show you and give you the links so you can download them and enjoy them. So now you can see the plugins that we're gonna look at today. We're gonna look at Gclip, which is oscilloscope, the frohmage. Later on we'll talk about the syntar, engineering filter, Rovee, the Gclip, and last we'll talk about the dimension expander, and that's it. Okay, so first of all we're going to look at the Gclip. So to get to know what it is exactly and what it's doing, we open a new MIDI channel and we're going to arm it with massive. Then we'll find Gclip and we put the Gclip on it. So basically what it is just a simple oscilloscope, which means it shows you how your wave look like. For example, if I go here to massive and I choose first oscillator, I use the sine square and drag it all the way to sine. Then I play some tune. You can definitely see there's you can see the sine wave here. So what it is good for, it's good for get to know your synth, get to know exactly what each button do. For example, if you're not sure what the intensity do, you can just play here with the intensity, look at the Gclip and see exactly what it's do. So that way you can understand better how your synth work. It doesn't have to be massive, you can use it on whatever channel, audio or MIDI channel you want. So this is the first free plugin, and the link to download it will be below. Also there's a few wheels here that you can play and tweak with. Some of them change the gain, the time, the X position or whatever. You can just play with it and see what it's do. So let's see the second plugin. The second one will be frohmage. Let's add a frohmage plugin. So this is the frohmage. It's a cool plugin, very good at the mixing stage where you're looking for new ideas and new sounds, and really cool to mess with button here. So it's from the same house as the Omniside, the distortion. It's from the Force company, so you can go to their website and download it. It also comes with a manual, you can see here. So if you really want to understand exactly how it works, you can read the manual. Anyway, basically what it's doing is just two filters together with some resonance creator or something like that, which really make cool sounds. So first of all let's see what I'm talking about when I'm saying it's resonance. The frequencies, I use again another sine sine wavetable. So now I'm going to open the frohmage, armed it, and I'm going to play with the frequency shifter here, and let's see what happened. So you can see that around here, around 340, it makes the sound resonant. If you have more frequencies, it will probably resonance the other frequencies according to the wheel here. And of course you can use the distortion and whatever, and the filters to make even cooler sound. By cooler sound, let me show you some example. So I open some old project and I'm going to back to you in a minute. Okay, so I came back. This is an old project of mine. I didn't finish it yet. It's far from being finished, but maybe one day. But there's a cool example how to use the frohmage. So first of all, let's look at this this bass. Without frohmage, it sounds like this. And now the same bass with the frohmage on it. Wait a minute. Yes, it's with the frohmage. So I put the frohmage here so you can see the automation I did to it also. So you can see you can get very cool sounds, very cool. Sometimes you can get even cool vowels, some interesting movements. So this is how it sounds on this bass. Another cool trick you can do is you can drag the wheels here from below, and then they move alone. So sometime when you're mixing and you're looking for interesting sounds and cool idea, you can play with them. And see whatever you get. Another cool place I want to show you is on those sounds. So this is how they sound without the frohmage. And with the frohmage on them. I'm not sure which one is better, but think about it. But there's definitely big changing. Just an old remix I did. So the next free plugin I'm going to show you is a very cool one. It's called Rovee. So let's look at it. This is the Rovee. Now it's a very simple voice changer. It's not the best quality out there. I'm sure you can get better quality voice changers, but it's very good for a free one. So I think you should get it and play with it. It's a very, you can change buttons here, male or female voice. You can also check the robotic sound. And you know what, I think I'm going to put it on my voice and let's see how it sounds. So let's see what happened.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can get Darth Vader sounds out of it, or some cool cinema intro.
Or you maybe can try the robotic and see what happens. So it's a very cool thing.
And I think I'm going to close it now because it feels silly.
So this is what it's doing. The next thing I'm going to show you is the Gclip. You can see I reopened the unfinished track I showed you earlier. Now we're going to use this Gclip on our master channel. So this is the Gclip, and it's just a regular and a free and a very good clipper. Now if you're not sure what's the difference between the clipper and the limiter, so let's look at it quickly. So basically this is what a limiter is. You can see just a regular compressor but with a almost infinity ratio around here, and that means that everything above the threshold will be lowered in the gain, so it hurt the dynamics a little bit of the song, of the track. Clipper is basically look more like this. Yes, so you can see here the signal level, and the clipper will cut all the signals that are above the level. So basically you'll get more distortion when it cuts the edges. So this is how the clipper, the hard clipping, look like. You can make it a little bit softer. You can add a softer knee, and that's exactly what our clippers do. You can see if I reduce the threshold here, we have three buttons. The gain control, you can gain up a little bit. You can hear my voice is being louder, and you can control the threshold and the knee. So if I drop it a little bit, you can hear in my voice that it gets distorted when I pass the threshold limit. So let's hear, and I think that now you can hear a huge difference in my voice. So we usually use it on our master chain to master our tracks, and it's not good for every music genre, but there are some that it's really fits them, and it really add some cool loudness effect to it. Really get out the punch out of the kicks, and it's useful for some genres, and I think you should try it yourself and see which one is better suits your track, the limiter or the clipper, or sometimes you can use both. So let me show you how you get your track loud. So I play this track you heard before, and I start to lower the threshold and gain it up. Okay, so you can see it really made the track a little bit louder, but it still kept the dB limit, the 0 dB limit or less in my situation here. So it really make your tracks louder. Make sure not to use it too much. Use it very subtle change. subtle changes, and you can get a lot out of this plugin. It's really nice. Okay, let's move on. Our next plugin that we looked at will be syntar. Let me put it on a new MIDI. Now it's a very simple but useful and cool sound synth. It's just a synth that mimics the sound of a sitar, so if you wanna add some nice Arabic or Indic vibe to your track, you can use it. I think I used it in Taksim. You can hear it below. So this is how it sounds. Yeah, and you can also change the release a little bit, sustain or whatever, and yeah, get some cool other sounds, and it's very nice. I also post the link to download this free plugin, this free synth. So let's move on. Our next plugin will be the engineer filter. It's just a very good, at least I used it a lot, filter. You can choose what kind of filtering did you want, a high shelf or a low pass or a band pass filter. You can choose the frequency that you want to filter. You can change the filter graph around here, and you can control the Q. Now it's very similar to the auto filter you get free from Ableton, inside Ableton, but sometimes this add a different color than the original Ableton filter. So you can use it and see if it fits you, and I think it's very nice. And that's bring us to our last plugin, which will be the dimension expander. Now this is another thing I used a lot, and I put it here on our syntar channel, and see what happened. So this is dimension expander, very simple 3 buttons plugin, just on and off. You can control the dry, wet, and the size. As you can probably expect, it expand the sound, make it more stereo and more nice. I'm not sure exactly how. I'm guessing it adds some kind of a little bit delay and reverb into it, but it has also a very nice color. So let's hear how it reacts on the syntar. So as you can probably hear, it definitely make a big change to the sound. Very useful. I used it a lot, and I think I definitely saved the best for last here. So that's it. I think we covered everything. I hope you liked it. I post the link to all the plugins below so you can download them, and I hope you like my tutorial. And now if you want to help me make other tutorials better, please leave comments below and subscribe to my channel. So that's it, and see you soon. Meow.